Yeah, it's been a long time. I haven't posted anything, so I think the last time was in October.
Are you filming now?
Yeah,
Oh,
I know you
I'm
said
not.
you need to
I'm,
plan it.
I'm not ready.
No, it's
I don't
okay.
know
I
what I'm
am.
doing. Stop
I
doing that.
I am
I'm
ready.
not really with it. What do you want me to do?
You're not with it. What do you mean you're not with it?
I'm not sure what it is you want me to talk about or
I
to
didn't
ask.
want you to talk about anything. Just ask me some questions.
Why are we doing
What,
this?
first of all, what is I'm not with it? I know what
It
it
means
is,
it
but I
means
want to
I
share
don't
this.
quite understand what it is you want me to do.
Okay, so sometimes it means I'm not with it. It means I'm not sure what you want me to do,
Yes.
but also it means somebody who's not all there in their brains.
Similar thing.
Okay, but
Or
in
it,
this
mean, or it
instance,
means you're old fashioned and not up to date. It has
oh,
another
right,
meaning.
so three different meanings. Okay, but in this instance, you're not sure. That's what it means.
I'm not sure what you want me
Okay,
to do.
nothing. I never plan things, as you know. Well, anyways, it's March the 1st, and we arrived to, well, in Sunderland last night because this is my last face to face seminar with my research, and I would like to make it clear or to make the difference between what actually what's a research, what's a PhD, and what's an MPhil. People asked me to clarify that because some people in different countries, no need to name the countries, said or thought or think, they still think that they can do a PhD in 6 months. One, that's impossible. That's not true, unless they buy it. Possible. That's possible. But the real course or PhD is, well, in England, it's split into two phases. The first phase is the whole thing is a research, but you start with an MPhil, which is a Master's of Philosophy. That lasts for 2 years. So that's when you are doing the research, you are investigating, you're writing. That consists of an abstract, number one, an abstract, chapter one, where you put all your input, your ideas, what you want to do. Number three is the methodology. How are you going to do your research? Number four is chapter four, which is a chapter, it's about 12,000 words, and that includes the data analysis, followed by chapter 5 and 6. So, in essence, there are 6 chapters, which takes you up to 40,000 words.
So
That's
what are chapter 5 and 6?
it's you just carry on with the interviews. It depends on the methodology you have chosen. So
For example,
you interview your students, um, data analysis, data collection. Why are you doing and how are you doing this research, and who is going to benefit from this research? So once you finish, this takes 2 years.
so
So
this is not like a science PhD where you
no,
take
no, no,
measurements and data and
no,
analyse.
because that's the,
So how do you collect evidence for this?
you collect evidence by interviewing people. You take their consent, and literally there are people that who you work with. So they could be your colleagues, they could be your students, or from different other organizations. So you are dealing with people. It's not scientific, it's academic. So this is called a research and it lasts for 2 years. While you're doing it, you are a researcher. So for the period of 2 years, you are a researcher. You can finish there and you qualify as a researcher, an academic researcher, and that's called the degree you have or you will obtain is called an MPhil, which stands for Masters of Philosophy in Education. You can either stop there and you're a researcher, or you go through another panel, an interview with different professors or people who already worked with you. And if you are accepted, you go to the second phase, which is called a PhD.
Now, what does PhD stand for?
That way you qualify as a doctor in education.
So the letters stand for, like MPhil is Master of Philosophy.
Yes.
What's PhD?
It is, qualifying as a doctor. And so that PhD phase, which is the second step after the MPhil, after being qualified as a researcher, can last between 1 to 3 years. There isn't a limited time. It's between 1 and 3 years. It depends on your effort, depends on your writing, and you go deep into the research. Okay? So some qualified doctors in philosophy or doctors in education, they finish the whole thing in 3 years, which is the 2 years of the MPhil and 1 year of the next course. So the 3 years are called PhD. Some people did it in 4 years. So that's the 2 years of the MPhil and another 2 years of the extra bit, which makes 4 years, and that's the PhD. Some people finish the whole thing in 5 years. I have no idea when I'm going to finish it. All what I know is that I am in the second year of the research. So by February next year, February 2024, I'll qualify as a researcher. Now, it depends on my ability, it depends on my effort, it depends on my work, whether I'll carry on or not. Now, I can choose to just stop there and I am a researcher, or if I pass this panel interview, I can go to a PhD. Okay?
I did read somewhere that a PhD the research needs to unearth some knowledge and some understanding that no one else has done before.
No, of course, yes. Or if they have done it before, you actually dig deeper inside the research.
So what are you hoping to?
Well, I'm hoping to do it, to carry on. But so far I'm able. I'm all right so far.
No, I meant what are you hoping you might find out that other people haven't clarified before?
Well, as you know, that my research is about embedding cultural and social English in ESOL, and this takes me to, or leads me to challenge the schemes of work and the curriculum in pedagogy. So that's what I'm trying to find out.
So the ultimate outcome could be an actual change in direction for the way ESOL is delivered to.
Yes. So so far it's all based on grammar. I don't want that. I want people to speak. Yes, giving a big scope of consideration to grammar, but it's mainly speaking because they are using this language outside in society, not just inside the classrooms. Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to do. Now, the essence of this video is to deny the untruth, the mistake. I don't want to say the lie, but I've just said it, of people who said, oh, I can do a PhD in 6 months. So that's not true.
No, well, okay. A PhD, if it came to it, is the final step before becoming a professor.
Exactly. No, so you can't do it in 6 months, and some people, when they heard of me doing it or other people, they just said, oh, I can do it in 6 months. No, mate, you can't do it in 6 months. And like I said, unless you buy it, and that's possible. If you buy it, that's possible. But then how would you live with that? Okay. So it's 9:45. I've got my first hour of the seminar shortly, and I will update you later. I can take you in a tour later, okay? I'm sorry for being a little bit harsh, but sometimes it is the truth, and you need to be harsh just to address a point.
I'm not sure what you mean by you being harsh.
A bit, in my language, as in, no, it's not like, because it's not like that. It's not 6 months, for God's sake.
Adamant.
Oh, well, it's the truth. Okay, thank you. I'll talk to you later.